concerned about specific findings that are outlined by the report that are disregarded by council because on assumptions that there was no qualification. That is the gist of the conversation here, not to divert on other issues.
Please provide us with the report and the memo you have sent to the ministry and evidence of payment of salaries to these officers. To those please.
The report, the quarterly report for the 1st of January to the 31st of March 2021, audit inspection report for first quarter 2021. Again, several findings that were in this report that were also disregarded. Because if you look at, for instance, page 6, it talks about trade license certificates, market units, that it goes on page 7, the detailed audit findings that daily markets, total number of tickets books collected for all the markets for the period 1st January to 15th of February 2021, the total markets of tickets collected were 330. Total amount of tickets valued or collected 3,300,000. Total packets of tickets sold 292, and the total amount of tickets sold all the markets 2,920,000. The remaining packets of the ticket, but the balance is 38, and the value of it is 380,000. So when a report is generated, the committee, you'll agree with me, should take it seriously. So that there is accountability in relation to the tickets that were sold, the monies therein, and the outstanding tickets or balances if any. Is that not the case?
Like I've said several times, one, I'm not the committee chair, I'm not the committee. Two, the internal audit, as far as I am concerned, did not have the capacity or the competence. And it is equivalent to asking a nurse to conduct open heart surgery on one side. I wouldn't recommend it. That's why I asked the establishment committee to ensure that they write to the ministry. And I don't see why they did not get us an internal auditor in time. But now we have an internal auditor who we have tasked to go back all the way to 2018 to generate reports, and he has.
Mr. Bensuda, it is not akin to a nurse who is asked to do operations. It is not, no. We have to be fair. So, when you were elected, some may think you're not competent. Some may think you are competent. When someone is elected or appointed, it is deemed that they are competent to do the job. You have done the right thing by raising concerns. But raising concerns to the authority does not in any way suggest that you can disregard the reports, or council can disregard the reports that are generated by the individual. The presumption is they are occupying a position because they are competent, unless you have a result otherwise.
So, with politics is different. Politics is not about competence, it's about who can win elections.
Yes, based on the people's eyes, based on the eyes of the electorate, they deem you competent to handle an office.
Sometimes they vote for you because you're good.
The same applies, so it's not different. We have the issue of Ken Mustafa Kanyi. What is Ken Mustafa Kanyi's position in council?
Kanjura Kanyi was appointed by His Excellency President Barrow at the Interim Management Committee of Council. He worked with Bakari Jammeh, who then recommended that he stay on with the council because of his ability to make a difference on the ground. The council deliberated on the issue and endorsed it, along with Maria da Costa. Maria da Costa was also employed by the head of state to be at the Interim Management Committee, and was also recommended by that committee to stay on and help council with the transition.
Now, what is Mr. Bakani's position in 2023? Do you recall?
I can't recall.
You can't recall. Now, we have procurement. Does he work for the procurement department? Do you know?
No, I don't think so.
You don't know. Should he be engaging in procurement activities? Do you know?
He should not.
He should not. Okay. Now, we know that Mr. Kanjura Kanyi had engaged in procurement activities. Now, at one point, payments were made to Mr. Kanjura Kanyi to procure some spare parts. Were you aware of this?
At the council, yes, we were aware.
Okay. Now, what actions were taken?
I cannot remember. I know the matter was brought to the council. It was a big issue. It was heavily debated. The outcome, I cannot remember.
Mr. Mensuda, it appears as if for the most part, some of these matters are just have a natural death somewhere up the ladder.
It's been 7 years. I've dealt with a lot.
We can give you time to come back.
We can find out what
We can give you time to come back because Mr. Kani cannot engage in any form. Should Mr. Kani engage in procurement, which you have confirmed. And Mr. Kani, during the issue of during this period, there were bulldozers D9 and D8 that were broken down, and as a result, Mr. Kani had to bring in invoices, one from Unkolan Construction Company, and the amount is $1,036,280 for the maintenance of the said engines. Now, the owner of Unkolan, Mr. Abubakar Kinti, I believe, testified and declared that he does not in any way submit those invoices and receive money there. Now, Mr. Kani himself has admitted, we see, and the evidence have disclosed that these payments were done to Mr. Kani to go and procure these spare parts. The council ought to have done something about this. You agree with me?
I have to find out. All of this, I think, a lot of the revelations happened during the commission.
Right.
But I don't think it was flagged by the regulators of the council. Well, the procurement should be done by the CEO to the contracts committee and with his procurement manager.
Yes.
Definitely not with Kanjura.
Not with Kanjura, exactly. But why would the revolution be flagged, or why would it take so many years to know a withdrawal as significant as this amount by the commission when the withdrawals from the account of council are well regulated, so that payments made to an individual should follow procurement process, procurement should report to council, and there is a report to the council.
I believe the matter was discussed in council. I believe it was a heated debate. I can't remember the...
No, but you said that the revelation
from the
top commission.
Him grabbing voices and stuff like
yes.
that. That's what I'm saying.
So you say?
Trying to repair the bulldozer, that was discussed in council.
Now, we will wait for you to give us information regarding what the council did, and do you know whether Kanjura Kani was ever cautioned or disciplinary actions meted against Kanjura Kani in this issue? Do you know?
Like I said, whether Kanjura did wrong or not was not discussed at the council. What was discussed was the actual procurement to repair the bulldozer. We got 2 bulldozers through Kanjura Kani's influence as a presidential advisor at State House. To get us the D9 and D8. The D9 was later taken away, but the D8 fell in a ditch during bulldozing, and I know he was trying to fix it with the CEO. The matter was discussed at the council, but how they ended up, I'll have to find out.
Why would the council not discuss the issue related to the procurement?
That is, like I said, the details of that, of him taking money, etc., that was what was discussed here at the commission, not at the council.
Yes, but council would know whether money was paid to Kanjura Kani or not.
I will find it.
You will find that. And I'm just asking whether council is in the position to know if withdrawals are made and payments made to an individual.
From my point of view, if it's brought by a committee or a councillor or the CEO or FPAC or any regulator, the council would know. Everybody would know.
Would know. You have senior management meetings. Often.
Once a month, maybe.
And the CEO reports to you, going by the act.
Yeah, they updated me that they were trying to fix the book.
Yes, and so you do not ask about the state of affairs of the accounts of.
I always refer to the contracts committee when it's procurements.
You don't ask about the update or report with respect to the withdrawals about made in a particular week or a month or so.
I trust the committees to do their job. I look at bank balances to ensure that the council can pay salaries and meet its basic obligations.
So, because you trust the committees to do their job, as far as you are mayor, you would not have information regarding withdrawals that are made by officers of council, even if they are made unlawful. That's a problem, Mr. Bexford.
That's not a problem.
It's a
The council has an internal auditor. The council has committees.
An auditor, you said, is incompetent.
That's
the most part.
I was desperate to get an internal auditor.
But that's why the council should go an extra mile to monitor its accounts.
We do monitor our accounts through our finance committee.
No, but you did not monitor the accounts for most of these payments.
How do you know that?
Because you have asked the question and you can't provide.
Me as a person, I am not council, I am not committees, and that is not my responsibility. My responsibility is to set up the governance structures, the checks and balance, the expertise, and to ensure that they're doing their work and reporting to the council.
Is that what we are saying? What we are saying is the General Council in itself failed to detect the withdrawals that were made. In fact, let me ask you the question. Does the General Council request for a statement of account or expenditure statement from the CEO or finance director at any point in time in relation to withdrawals that are made from a council's account?
The finance committee.
The finance committee. Do they submit this to the General Council?
No, the finance committee generates recommendation. The General Council, sorry if I may ask, I don't know if you've been visited the setup of a General Council meeting.
Let me say to you.
So a General Council meeting, at most, like KFC, I think we stay longest in a meeting. Right? It goes from 10 in the morning to 10 p.m.
You will not know whether you stay longest. That you would not know, but just
stay longest. But we discuss all matters.
Right.
All matters.
Right.
In the council, in the community,
right.
It can be anything.
Right.
And deliberations, just like parliament,
right.
can take hours,
right.
even on one simple topic.
Right.
So time management is very vital for the smooth operations of governance.
Okay.
That's why majority of the council's functions are given to committees to deliberate on with the right expertise. And council, most of us are elected. Elected, majority of us have various backgrounds, and some don't have backgrounds in academics or administration. That is why, this is why we mandate the committees to look at the details and come up with recommendations.
Yes.
And that the spirit of
Mr. Bensouda, the recommendations do not stop at the committee level. So there is no point that the committees, they don't have binding power, do they? Do they? The committees of council, are their powers binding? The recommendations, are they binding?
If the council hands them powers,
no.
The council can decide outsource certain powers to committees.
No. Mr. Bensouda, you see, sometimes when it's clear, when it's very clear as to what the powers of the committee are, which are prescribed by law, we say it. We don't come up with hypotheses to suggest. Now, guide us through the process that the councils, the committee's recommendations can be binding. Guide us through the recommendations.
The local government, in the setup of the council,
right?
The last function of a council,
right?
Any responsibility,
right?
Or direction,
right?
Given to you by the general government. So if the council is the certain functions, we say we don't need to bring it to council. You can do those.
Guide us through it. Guide us through where it says that the recommendations of committees can be binding. Without with
you can, I can go through the Local Government Act.
Yes,
it is. So you go to committees of council, number 34,
yes.
27.
Number
34, page 20.
Yes.
So our council shall establish the committees referred to part 4 and the following other committees. And on 9, see the delegation of any functions of council to a committee.
Yes.
Shall not, the council may, subject to the provisions of this act, delegate such of its functions to a committee as it deems.
Right, delegate authority. We're talking about binding. The recommendations being binding. So we're talking about delegating a function to the committee. It's different. The council at any point in time say that. Let's assume that what you are saying is correct.
I think we were debating the general issue.
We were discussing it. Yes.
General issue.
Yes.
Case of the establishment.
powers that their decisions will be binding at any point on any matter? Has it ever happened in council?
May have.
Not me. We cannot go by that. We need factual evidence that we can lay hands on. If the council has passed a resolution to delegate its powers to the Finance and Account Committee, we want to see it. If you can tell us. If you need time, we can give you time to go and check.
So I think our discussion was about, I was explaining to you the structure of General Council meetings and the length those meetings can take.
Let me ask again.
And that's why I said sometimes we can give responsibility to committees to execute.
Okay. Look, we don't agree on the fact that council's recommendations can be binding, but even if you hold that position, and the committees, even if you hold that position, now I'm now asking you, at any point in time, did council delegate its powers to the Finance or Accounts Committee, which will give it the binding powers? Did that happen?
I think our discussion has gone left off.
Now forget our discussion. It is a question I have asked you. Do you want to answer the question, or you want to just?
I have delivered my evidence as best as I can.
Now let me rephrase it again. Mr. Bensuda, did council at any point in time delegate its responsibilities to the Finance or Accounts Committee so that it makes its recommendations binding? Did that happen?
It may have. I don't know. I have not checked. There's been 7 years and thousands of minutes.
You need time.
Because there's many discussions where the council says, well, we don't have time. We have given you our executive decision to
Make binding powers.
many times for various committees on various issues.
Are you? No, I'm just concerned about the Finance and Accounting
That I
Committee.
would have to do.
Okay, we will give you time. Tomorrow you will be here, so we would want you to provide us with that evidence.
Yes, let me just come in at this point. Mayor Bensouda, the reference you've made with regards to section 34.
Yeah.
If we look at subsection 9,
Sorry, ma'am.
committees of council.
Local government.
Yes, local government act.
Section 9.
Yes, section 34, sub 9. It says that the delegation of any functions of a council to a committee shall not prevent the council from exercising those functions. So, perhaps if we look at this provision, in as much as you delegate authority to these committees, it still doesn't appropriate your powers as council to deal with the issues.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that is my understanding of subsection 9.
Absolutely. I think our discussion just got
All right.
broad.
Thank you.
Yes.
You may proceed.
But the witness is still in Finance and Account Committee in relation to the subject matter, which is to make its recommendations to be binding.
If it exists.
Right now it exists, but you said it may exist, so we are waiting. Yes. Do we have that? Now, the impress that were not retired in council between 2018 to 2023, did council do anything about this issue to have the matter to be finally resolved?
Are you referring to the National Audit Report?
No, in general, all impresses are issued, not the ones that were picked up by the National Audit Report.
Is it something that was picked up by the National Audit Report?
No, I'm not saying that it was picked up. The ones that we have highlighted, I've told you. I'm saying between 2018 to 2023, whether council was availed evidence by the CEO and finance director, as the case may be, in relation to impress that may have been issued within this period and whether they have been retired on June.
Yes, operational matter.
That is what?
An operational matter.
What does it mean?
That is to do with the day-to-day administration. That's the CEO.
Yes, now I am asking the question in relation to council being the overall oversight body in relation to finding out the daily personal matters of the CEO.
That would be the finance committee.
No, that will be cancelled. The law says cancelled. The law did not say that the CEO is answerable to the finance committee. It says the CEO is answerable to, as accountable officer, to council.
You asked a specific question about finances. I think the finance committee is the best to answer those.
That is your opinion. But the law, what it says as to who the CEO is answerable to, is council. Is that a fact or not?
The first statement is not an opinion, it's a fact.
So it's a fact.
It's a fact that the CEO and the finance committee will have command of your specific question.
Is the
has almost $2 to $3 billion of transactions since I sat there as mayor.
That's not the question.
Answer a specific one about the FNS, that's impossible.
That's not the question. The question is whether the CEO is answerable and under the direct control of council.
That is a fact.
That's a fact. Good. And so in exercising that supervisory role is council through any form or any structure or any procedure is council giving information regarding the interests that were generated between 2018 to 2023 or every given year by the CEO.
I think I've answered more ways than many. I said on the finance committee.
No,
which is a body of
Mr. Bensouda, don't avoid the question. My question is not with respect to the finance committee. I have asked a direct question. If your answer is no, and that the body responsible is this, just answer no. You don't have the information.
Because you asked a question about interest. Finance committee should have command of your question. I can ask them.
You are avoiding the question. You are. Because the question is not ambiguous. The question is not whether the finance, because the work of the finance and committee is supposed to be reported to council. Is that
so if you won't accept the finance committee, just look at this.
Do you sit in council?
As a member?
Yes. Do you sit in council? Are you the mayor of Ames?
Yes.
Good. And so during your sittings that you have witnessed, or at any point in time where you aware that a report was generated and provided to council through any form and personal issue.
That's what I said.
It's okay. Unless we have questions, Madam Chair, we will invite the witness to proceed with the witness tomorrow.
I will send this question to Janine.